What I remember about the Ia Drang, I just remember we were at a Special Forces camp, and they turned around and they said, we're going to this LZ X-ray, 1st to the 7th. I mean, everybody knows 1st to the 7th was the first on the ground. Their company, but everybody forgets that the B company, 2nd to 7th also was there, you know, which is fine, you know. It's everybody remembers their little part of it. So when we got there, they dug in the mortars. They put a few of us out in front around the mortars for security. And I remember the ground was as hard as a rock, and I'm trying to dig in there. It was down about a foot, and that's about, maybe a little deeper where I was, and a lot of tall grass, didn't have time to cut it or knock it down or anything like that. And you just sit up half the night, pissing in the cans because you didn't want to get out of the hole, even though it wasn't that great. The next morning is when all the shooting started. I hear a lot of shooting, then I see this guy named Gonzalez. They were telling people to get back in to the gun, closer to the mortars. And he gets hit, and he goes down. I mean, he get hit. I mean, I was shocked when I seen that one. And that's when you realize how serious this shit is, you know. So I see, to me, this guy in khakis, he's standing maybe, I don't know, 50, 60, maybe 50 yards away tops. And he's standing, and he looked like he was hopping. I mean, it sounds stupid, like he was actually hopping down this little hill, and he stopped by a tree, and I fired the grenade launcher at him, and it hit right beside his head, so I knew that must have killed him anyways. But that was distance. And then everybody's yelling behind us to get back pull back into the gun pits, closer to them. And then when we did that, I stand up in the grass. Now the grass is maybe 3-4 feet high. As I stand up, I see a not Vietnamese soldier looking in the direction away from me, like I'm looking straight ahead. And this guy's standing like maybe 5 to 8 feet away from me, looking the other way. He's got a AK-47 in his hand. I had the 45, the grenade launcher, whatever, I don't know what I would have done with that, maybe hit him over the head with it, but I had the pistol, because I had it out on the ground. And it was it's funny how Gonzalez gets hit. He shows me how to clean and take care of this 45 that I never had, and I shoot the not Vietnamese soldier. You know, he was just looking that way. If he turned on me, he would have probably, but when I shot him with the 45, I must have shot him 2 at a time. He started spinning, I shot him a few. And then I take off, I'm shooting the ground, I'm nervous, scared shitless, and we get back to where the mortars were, and then somebody asked, where was Gonzalez? And I told him he was hit a little to the front of me, and they said, where? And I said, over there. I says, I know where he is, I'll see if I can get him. Crawled out, and I tried to push him in a hole. There was one of the small holes, there was a guy in there, a little nervous. I don't know why he couldn't give me a hand, but I gave him. When I get up on all fours to push Gonzalez in the hole, I look up and I see this not Vietnamese soldier. He's looking around, and he's got this, I forget what kind, but it had a bipod in the front, and he fires, and you can see the rounds coming. This guy must have been scared shit like I was, because the bullets came, you could actually trace them, and I catch one off the ground. He never hit me square on, thank Christ. That would have probably killed me. But I think it was because everything blew up in dust and dirt. Hit up high, up like this, and down into my chest. Straight down, it just hit me here in the collarbone, just below the collarbone, and went down somewhere in here. That's where they eventually took it all out, but it was flattened out. So they figured that's what happened. Again, I back-crawled back to the thing. Gonzalez is in the hole with this other guy. Everything's cool, He's safe, he ain't gonna get hit again. And so some guy goes, where's the gun that was firing? Because we figured it was the same gun that hit Gonzalez. There was another guy, right now I got a mental block, but it was Gonzalez, maybe hit me, and he shot the platoon sergeant. I can't think of his name right now. He was killed. So we thought it was the same gun, and the guy that was asking me about where the gun was, I said, it's behind that hill. So we threw grenades. He threw grenades at him. And the gun come out like that. The gun, he must have dropped a grenade on me, almost on top of him. But the gun come popping out from behind the hill, and the shooting stopped from that position. That was the beginning. Then they told me, the medic patched me up. He said, crawl back out to the LZ and get on it. They'll get you on a chopper. And that was it. It was funny that the next company of guys coming in, they were kicking cases of C rations and shit out of the choppers. And when I got on, I took my 45 with me, and the guy, this officer, and his RTO the chopper almost landed right beside me. They just picked me up, and when they threw me on, I almost slid out the other door. And then went to one door, and almost went out the other side. I caught myself, and they took right off. They weren't heads, they were just taking, because there was still all this shooting going on. And I remember the gunner saying to me, or the crew chief saying to me, can I have that 45? Because I had it still cocked in my hand inside the chopper, and they were kind of dangerous there. So he took the gun, just made it safe, and gave it back to me. I told him I want my gun back. And they flew me back to that Special Forces camp where we started the day before. First guy I see was a chaplain. This is awful. And it's, people think how stupid you are when you're in that situation. They had me all bandaged up high, and this guy comes up. I don't recognize him as the chaplain, and he says something like, "You want to talk to me?" And I said, "Yeah, just get the F away from me, just the sun's bad enough," like that. And then when he moved, I could see his insignia on his thing. He was a priest. This guy, I can just imagine all my old Irish and Italian parents and stuff saying, "Hey, you about swearing at a priest," It was pretty cool. Not so much cool, but it was, shit happens,